What if you could take a simple idea, a reference image, or even a basic concept and turn it into a fully usable 3D asset only with AI? Today we're testing Tripo 3D, an all-in-one AI 3D workspace designed to make 3D creation much faster and easier. Instead of spending hours modeling from scratch, Tripo gives you AI-powered tools for generating models, improving geometry, creating textures, preparing models for different workflows, and even animating them. So in this review, we're going to take a look at what Tripo actually offers, test the platform ourselves, and see whether it's something that could genuinely be useful for creators, designers, game developers, or anyone who wants to work with 3D without being an expert. When you first open Tripo, you are presented with a pretty straightforward 3D workspace. The main idea is simple: generate anything in 3D. You can work with different types of assets, including characters, animals, vehicles, architecture, furniture, props, weapons, clothing, and many more. There are also different generation options depending on what you are trying to achieve. For example, Tripo offers a high-detail model workflow designed for things like 3D painting and visual art, with models reaching up to 2 million polygons. There is also Smart Technology Mesh, which focuses on producing clear technology that can be more appropriate for games and web applications. That disruption is actually pretty important. Let's just jump into the actual workspace. On the left, we have several different tools available. There is Image, where we can generate visual concepts, as well as Model, Segment, Retopo, Texture, and Animate. This means the platform isn't really just a single AI model generator. It's more like a collection of AI tools built around the entire 3D workflow. You can start with an idea, generate a reference, create the model, improve the geometry and textures, and then continue working with the assets. And that's what makes this interesting. Instead of jumping between 5 different AI tools just to get one asset finished, Tripo is trying to make the entire process inside one workspace. So let's actually put that to the test. For our first example, we're going to create a futuristic character. I'll use a prompt like a futuristic robotic wolf warrior, highly detailed armor body, glowing blue eyes, mechanical legs, large futuristic weapon, realistic 3D character design, standing pose, dark cinematic background. We will start with the image generation. This gives us a visual concept that we can use as a reference for the 3D workflow. And this is a good way to test the platform because we're not giving it an extremely complicated instructions. Once the image is generated, we can move into the model generation workflow. Instead of manually modeling this character, we can use the generated image as the reference. The goal is to turn our 2D concept into a 3D project that we can actually rotate and inspect from different angles. This is where AI 3D generation becomes more interesting than simply generating another image. With a normal image generator, you get a picture. With Tripo, you get a goal to get something that exists in 3-dimensional space. And once the model is generated, we can actually inspect the geometry and see how well the AI interpreted our original concept. So who would actually benefit from something like this? First, game developers. If you are building a game, need a large number of props, characters, weapons, or environmental assets, AI generation can dramatically speed up the prototyping stage. It's also useful for 3D artists who want to quickly create a base model instead of starting every asset from zero. For 3D printing, the high detail workflow can be interesting because you can start with the concept and turn it into a physical object. For designers and creators, it can also be a fast way to visualize ideas that would otherwise require specialized 3D skills. And if you're not a professional 3D artist, the interface makes the technology much more approachable. So if you are interested in AI-powered 3D creation, Tripo 3D is definitely worth testing for yourself. The real question isn't whether AI can create 3D models anymore, it's how close those models are being genuinely useful, and that's exactly what we wanted to find out in this review. So that'll be all for today's video. If you like it, make sure you subscribe, and thank you for watching AI Community, and I'll see you in the next one.